Okay, so we're going to try streaming here for a while. Yeah. Okay, well, we're getting the show back together here for a bit, and see if Rosetta can get functional enough to get on here. Let me go ahead and put out this.
What?
I'm posting the link out. I'm not going to bother. I hold on. Hold on. You got to mute this. Mute that so it doesn't drive me nuts. Okay. Not going to bother putting it on Facebook though. So. Here we go. And someone tried to send me a message. Oh, it's the usual one. Hi. Just cut and paste the same damn message. Really? Hold on. Okay. All right. See ya. Don't need that up. Supposedly got an audience of 3. I don't know what's going on, but I guess we'll see if Rosetta gets in here once she gets her issue solved.
Mm.
But at least now I can. Let's see. Let's throw up that.
This as long as you don't talk about you know who.
Well, again, it's my channel. I can do that if I want to. We'll hold off on that for now to see how it goes. But for now, it's like Well, we can just go ahead. It's a start a brand new. All right, host Anton Deck.
Yeah. I like Anton Deck.
Yeah.
They're the ones backstage on Britain's Got Talent.
They're the hosts on the Britain's Got Talent, so they're back there. And the classic when Susan Boyle starts singing that. Whoa! Now that is what I would like, get BritBox back up and running to, start watching Saturday Night Takeaway.
Yeah. Oh God.
Let's see.
I can't wait to see if they get another season of Frasier going.
Well, we'll see. I think they're kind of borrowing a bit from the British model. It's like run a show, for a bunch of seasons, but then bring it back occasionally, like the occasional Christmas special type thing or a little mini series thing, just to kind of stoke the fires a bit. But don't necessarily go for a full on, season.
And oh God, best part of that season though was seeing Nicholas Lyndhurst.
Like I said, that I don't know if they'd ever really do it, but it's a little bit of stunt casting with it. We have David Jason show up in some kind of guest spot.
That would be kind of fun.
Probably, and whatever Nicholas Lyndhurst's character have is like the older brother he doesn't want to talk about, and just get that dynamic going. Because he's supposed to be so. highfalutin academic type thing, you know. So it would be a play on, you know, routers. They always go as GCEs. This guy's full on degrees, but then there comes, you know, oh, just set up out front of that bar there. Right, gather around, people. I'm going to show you something you've never seen before.
Yeah, the thing that amazes me about this iteration of Frasier is the fact that the kid playing Freddie can actually maintain his American accent.
Yeah.
You know, being anywhere
near like Nick Lyndhurst, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you got two Brits in the same show, and it's like, yeah, it's kind of like the.
No, Nick's really poshing it up, you know.
It's kind of like The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Because I remember, I think it was the actress playing Maggie and Andrew Lincoln were both talking about, you know, there were times when they would have to.
Well, because the makeup, I think the makeup lady or something, the hair thing is South Africa. And I don't know, you know, there were British settlers and also Dutch settlers, so you get both accents down there.
Yeah,
either way, it was enough that would throw them off of maintaining their American accents. So,
yeah. Whereas David Morrissey, he had an easy time doing it because he would go into town, like, you know, get something from the local convenience store and just talk with the locals.
Yeah. Let me check something here.
I mean, he wouldn't just hang around on set. You know?
Yeah, it can go, you know, and have get reinforcement elsewhere. Yeah. I'm adding in video clips here and there too. Now that I've discovered this feature of StreamYards, I didn't know it was there before. How are you doing that? Well, some kind of gear. No, it's built in. Look here, Brent. Yeah. Oh yeah, here it is. Just have what is guaranteed to be the funniest clip ever of the Lawrence Welk Show.
But one took over the line.
Yeah, it's like when they thought that, you know, this is like 1972 or something. You know, this song comes out, and everyone who knows is going, and no, this is a druggy song. It's about smoking pot. They didn't know. They thought this was some kind of spiritual song. So it's like, check this out.
Thank you very much. Now, here's an attractive couple, Gail Farrell from Durant, Oklahoma, Dick Dale from Algona, Iowa. Excuse me. Let's listen to Gail and Dale and one of the newer songs.
One toke over the line, sweet Jesus, one toke over the line. Sitting downtown in a railway station, one toke over the line. Waiting for the train that goes home, sweet Mary, hoping that the train is on time. Sitting downtown in a railway station, one toke over the line.
But there, because otherwise we're in trouble, I think. But you know, there were stoners all over the country phoning each other, dude, turn over to Channel 6, man. You're not gonna fucking believe this. They had no fucking clue what they were singing about. I mean, they ended with like Lawrence Welk, New Age, the spiritual song. Oh God.
I'm still thinking of the time when
And the two of them are still performing, and they reference that. Yeah, we actually played in the Lawrence Welk show. They had no idea.
I'm still thinking of that time that I read about when this overseas company was, putting labels on, on vinyl to send out to these like record club people. And here's where the problem lies. They were doing a set of like Lawrence Welk type music.
Yeah.
At the same time, they were doing something for oh crap, shit.
Yeah. Hopefully a card will be in there soon because it's a wonder which like the latest one. Okay, yeah. Rosetta, however, said she's fucking done. She's not going to even try because she's too frustrated.
Yeah. Basically, at the same time they were doing this like Lawrence Welk type thing, they were also doing labels for the soundtrack to Sid and Nancy.
Yeah, and they mixed up and
so you got all these old.
You're putting labels on the wrong records, yeah. Okay, looks like some vehicle modifications coming in Fortnite.
Tell Akari to get in here.
I did, which because I posted a link to here. Okay, and she tried to eat her Frosty too fast. She's getting brain freeze. So,
in other words, headache.
Yeah, I think it's that entire. The first time I heard that phrase was 7-Eleven, commercial for Slurpee.
Now that I think about it, I remember having a keychain of an ice cube with a brain inside it. I think that was some promo with 7-Eleven or something.
Yeah.
All
right.
Yeah, I wish we could find that that old Monopoly set of yours.
Which old Monopoly set?
The one from England.
It's still in stores, but I know where it is because I've cleared enough that it's right back there. I'll probably go back in there with a grabber and pull it out. We got so many board games. We don't play board games. But yeah, here we go. And welcome to the craziness. So how many times have you been accused of being a guy so far today?
Today, none that I know of, but I did see one notification that I got when I was asleep that was like where I said that the the bear would get a hearty meal and the men would be down one possible false accuser. Someone's like, yeah, of course I'd pick the bear over you. Meaning that they were saying that I was a guy and I would be picked, or the bear would be picked over me. It's like,
yeah, that's why I just block it. It's like life is too short.
Yeah, they're the sexist ones though, because first of all, they think that only men, or they think that I guess women can't think like that, like I do, or I can't be a woman.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's kind of weird.
I just got tired of screaming at them. I got you pull your head out of your bucket. Just report it for being jackass, and like that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm done with you. That's to my email here. It's like the Babylon Bee thing. Mike Tyson upset to discover Jake Paul fight contract includes no punching Jake Paul clause. So, he would take his hat off if he really would. Let's see. Harrison Buckner late for practice again after spending morning enslaving women and forcing them to wear Handmaid's Tale uniforms. Iranian president asked manager of Paradise where all the virgins are and if it'd be possible to turn the heat down a tad. Picture of him surrounded by flames and back in the background, the guy with horns. Let's see. Pope Francis reveals his 10 favorite Bible verses. I have to check that out. Is your baby a Fed? Look for these warning signs. There's your little baby with aviator sunglasses and FBI hat.
Yeah.
I'm going to post these on Twitter later with kids. Catholic Church distances itself from Pope Francis. We're not.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so let's do the top 10 favorite Bible verses here. Okay, get these stupid pop-ups out of my way. You think you know the Bible? Move over, you Protestant hack. The leader of the Catholic Church knows more about Holy Scripture than you could ever hope to learn. Do yourself a favor, sit back and enjoy a masterclass in biblical studies at the feet of the pontiff. The Babylon Bee has not only obtained the following list of Pope Francis' favorite Bible verses, but exclusive commentary on each verse from the Holy Father himself. Number 1, I will not eat green eggs and ham. I do not eat them, Sam, I am. These are the things in life that are not pleasant. These are the green eggs and ham of our lives.
Oh, boy.
The best of times and the worst of times. Never has the Holy Bible better described life in our world. Number 3, let the ruling classes tremble at the communist revolution. The proletarians have nothing to lose but their chains. They have a world to win. Working men of all countries unite. This is what the gospel is all about. Number 4, nobody puts baby in a corner. This is, of course, referring to the Christ child who was born in Bethlehem, never to be put off in a corner. Number 5, in the light of the moon, a little egg lay on a leaf. One Sunday morning, the warm sun came up and pop. Out of the egg came a very tiny, very hungry caterpillar. We should all wake up on Sunday morning with a hunger for God. Number 6, I was born this way. Timeless truth from the Apostle Lady Gaga. Number 7, to be or not to be, that is the question. It's important to answer the question of what we are to be, even if we are to be trans.
Oh, boy.
Number 8, yippee-ki-yay. As scripture tells us the story of John McClane at Nakatomi Plaza, we must joyfully engage our enemies and in struggles with excitement. Space, the final frontier. We must explore the wonder of the world God created, just as Kirk and the Enterprise did in the Bible. And number 10, can you take me higher to a place where blind men see? Can you take me higher to a place with golden streets? No more wondrous description of the glory of heaven has ever been written. Let's go ahead and send that one off. That. One of you guys got bills to pay, but pop-ups are getting annoying. There we go. But yeah, we're needing you to contribute some cards here to Rosetta's deck because it's getting kind of
I'm
lopsided.
sorry. I was ordering food and then I got food and I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
It got here sooner than I thought.
But, oh dear God, they're going to make a show out of Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, please.
And of course, they'll ruin it.
It's bad enough they're screwing my favorite franchise.
They're screwing everybody's favorite franchise. No, but right now it's getting kind of lopsided with me, Rosetta, and I think Lydian's got a good bit of contribution there. But we really need to hear from you. You got a twisted mind. Okay, we've seen you do writing.
Why, thank you.
Yes, seen you do some exquisite writings. We need to contribute them.
Well, I'll tell you this, Hikari. Every time I hear you, I think of this one character in Devil is a Part-Timer. She's like this cute little girl, you know.
Typical cute little, anime. Yeah, that with the huge.
I've seen that anime, but which one are you talking about? Describe her.
Short, incredibly bouncy and perky, but also, huge tits. Yeah. I don't know. I've only seen.
Why am I trying to blank on her name? I know who you're talking about.
I don't know the names anyway, so I've seen some of it once.
I think her name starts with the C.
Something like that. Hey, and the trans conservative waifu has popped in. Hey. We are not discussing indie at this point. We might later. There are issues to be discussed there, but I'm not sure, how far we can get into it. I will say where current issues of fantasy may be reaching a point of, come to Jesus moment. It's time to make a choice here. And the better choice is like back off. Because it's not going well, with the path she's going on.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, I saw, actually branching off a bit, just saw a video about, and I posted on the Twitter thing, but basically an investigative reporter went in. It's like, who is behind this whole big trans agenda thing? And it's actually a little more sinister. It's not just, there's some big pharma and government types where they're pushing this thing for their own ends. And it's, motivating factors, power and money. That's all around it, And it's like there's going to be the saving grace that is falling apart in front of our eyes. Half the country now bans gender affirming care for minors. It's like, no, you keep kids out of it. You're an adult, you do what the hell you want, but keep the kids out of it. And they're banned. Don't even talk to you. They're not equipped to process information. You're going to tell a 6-year-old about gender? They didn't even know what the hell they are in the first place. Come on. This doesn't work.
My husband and I were watching a Try Not to Laugh compilation the other night.
Oh boy.
And we saw there was one of the clips in there. There was a little girl. She was small enough to still have a booster seat, so she was probably about 5 or less, because I think a kid that's like under 5 or under a certain pound restriction has to be in one.
Yeah.
And her mom's like, "Are you a girl?" And the little girl's like, "No, I'm a chicken nugget."
Exactly.
My mom said that when I was little, I wanted to be a mermaid.
Yeah.
But horses were my favorite animals back then. I wanted to be a horse. I pretended to be a horse all the time when I was a little kid.
Oh yeah, we've all done that sort of thing, but like,
I'm glad that my mom didn't go throw me in the ocean to try to make me a mermaid.
Yeah. I mean, Bill Maher did a thing probably about a couple years ago now. Breaking down the whole thing. It's like, okay, now look, if it is innate and it's cultural, then why is it regional? Why it's like why are we seeing this massive uptick in the very blue areas, but not in like Youngstown, Ohio? Either Ohio is really shaming these kids, or LA is creating them. Okay, you got a lot of these Los Angelino families. Oh, they want to talk about their trans kid. Everyone else has got one. We got to have one too. Some people claim they got 2 or 3 of them. Even if assume it is one, the 1 or 2 are legitimate. Having 2 or 3 of them in the same damn family, that is, like I said, you got better odds of being struck by a meteor twice while being riding a unicorn. Okay. This whole thing is just blowing up. And again, he's gone on recently that we're the lone holdouts. This country, and not even all the entire country. It's just certain parts of the country. The rest of it's like, no, you're idiots. Stop screwing with our kids. And as much as a critic as I am of socialized medicine, this really does kind of point one of the problem and profit motive behind the thing, because they're going where the money is. And right now, the money is in those surgeries and those hormones and keeping these kids, Yeah, right there. And Marin says, "Look, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a pirate. Thank God my parents didn't listen to me, or they would send me for eye removal surgery and fit me for a peg leg." And kids go through. I went to even going through high school. I was doing like a bit of a Doctor Who thing where I throwing a scarf, and the closest I could get to jelly babies were gummy bears. So I'd have that, a bag of those in my pocket and everything. Okay, I don't know anybody in Casper, Wyoming. You can talk to the machine. Okay, yeah.
What?
Call from Casper, Wyoming. In Casper, Wyoming, supposedly.
Mm,
Oh, man, I know said he can't come in.
darn. Ugh.
All right, and what happened here? Yeah. Something happened here. Okay, back to this. All right, but Sydney Watson, she's got a real good channel.
I've seen her stuff.
Yeah, but she did a thing going specifically focusing on Jazz Jennings, but the title of "Watching the Trans Dream Die" on national television, and going through it, how suddenly at like 6 months old, if she's really, Jalen is really a girl because you unbutton the onesie and pulled it down. It's like, that's your clue. We're talking a serious case of Munchausen by proxy here. Okay.
Or what about that?
It's like by 7, this kid was already on puberty block and hormones, and I mean, this poor kid has been so manipulated over the years. Yeah, it seems like a good-hearted, but it's like this mother needs to be brought up on charges, okay? Yeah, because she's destroyed, her son. Because no, she wanted a daughter. She already had a son, so didn't want 2 boys.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of that lesbian. I don't know if she's a lesbian or what, but that streamer recently that was like basically a groomer. Gianna, I don't even know, but she's like, she had a clip of her, and then she tried to pass it off as a joke though, but she's like said something like, if her and her like partner had a kid, which they would need a man for, by the way, because 2 women can't make a baby.
Yeah, amazing how gender suddenly matters when they want a baby.
Yeah, but like she was just like, yeah, if we had a baby, if it was a boy, we'd have to groom and indoctrinate that kid to be trans or gay because we can't have a straight male kid.
Yeah.
And she basically said indoctrinate, so she's a grooming. She's a groomer, and doing that is
that should be a red
lacking
flag.
little kid territory.
If
like
either of these 2 get pregnant,
anybody that wants to do it.
Yeah.
So
well, again, you're sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But can't put that genie back in the bottle. So yeah.
But she was also like, "Oh, men are the problem in the gaming scene." It's like, shut up.
Yeah.
I mean, she said that with her assets on display, by the way, for the misguided men to donate and send her money. So without them, though, she would be a broke, talentless, egotistical.
Tits out on full display, but don't sexualize me. What the hell are you doing with them?
I mean, if she's a lesbian, she might have some women that are into that.
Well, yeah,
her, but
either way, it's like, don't take me. What the hell? Then put on a burqa, okay? What the hell? But oh god. But yeah, okay, might as well get into the indie thing because he's having a problem with Fansly right now. Apparently, supposed problem with they changed the terms of service. So you're getting. I think we got the same thing going on with Fansly with indie, with the same thing that went on with Pornhub. It's like she's trying to do the thing. I'm a boy. It's like, look at the pic. No way in hell is that a boy's body, and that's a plastic dick. Okay. I mean, she said, "I got a male brain." No, you don't. No man thinks the way you think, and because like having been a man for nearly 60 years, I can tell you how a man thinks. We are very very single-minded, very focused. Yeah, it's part of the thing of like the hunter or the defense, see deer, kill deer, drag deer back to cave, kill, cook deer, see enemy, kill enemy, We got very focused, very mission oriented. Give a little mission tunnel vision. The female brain is cross-wired to the back and forth, right brain, left brain. They constantly talk and interact, and that's why you get these convoluted methodologies of why you're doing what you're doing, how thing, and trying to figure out what's going on. Because you're part of the trying to run a household type thing. You got to multitask, keep track of 6 different things at once, and somehow not go insane. But even gay men still are men, and they think like men. They're looking for femboy. They want to see a live dick. They don't want to see some obvious female playing with a plastic dick. Like, what the fuck are you trying to pull here? And they come on. They say, this is bullshit. They're going to complain because they think, hey, who's this idiot? Trying to pass it off as a boy. It's not a boy. And I think a large part of it is also just she turns 29 this year. And having beaten the anorexia she had when she was in her late teens, early 20s, she's no longer a skinny little thing that can be. No, she's very curvy. Okay. Let's just say the rest of her body's kind of grown into them tits. Okay. So they wondering why she's misgendered all the time, because look at you, idiot. Come on. All right. Like, not a boy, not a girl either. You're a full-blown woman. Okay.
And you got the tits to prove it.
Yeah, and the ass and the figure. It's like it is getting to become the Jesus moment for her now. It's like, okay, now look, playtime for this part, this aspect is kind of coming to an end. Okay, because and thing is, there's a little bit of smoking gun discussion from a stream long time ago when she was streaming with her buddy Katie. I mentioned an episode of Catfish where talking about some gal pretending to be a guy, like pretending to be I don't know, some rapper, I forget my name, but had a very realistic strap on and fooled some people and pulled in like $10,000. And at some point in their exchange said, we should go that way if things don't work out. And this is like 10 years ago, something. So I think there's maybe an element of that in there, but also it's like, she got diagnoses out the wazoo of, borderline personality disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, obsessive compulsive. Pick one, she's probably got it to some degree. And it's like, the last letter I sent her, no, you don't fit the criteria of a genuine trans person, but you're the poster girl for damaged girls sucked in by the trans cult. Because everyone I've been dealing with, I've well over 24 transitioners in my feed that I'm interacting with, some I'm pretty good friends with. All of them, same diagnosis, borderline personality, PTSD, some kind of trauma going on there. And
Probably pink or purple hair.
well, actually, at the time, yeah. And the thing is, Indy right now has, blue hair.
When I was younger, green is my favorite color. I like basically any shade of green. And I wanted to get green highlights on the end of my hair. Because I thought it would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm a bit old for that.
Yeah.
And that automatically identifies you as some sort of mental illness to me.
Yeah, well, it's like I was saying in that one exchange on there. It's,
Mm.
no, it's not conclusive. Some of us just want to be something, just want to do something weird,
And they
But-
also said that I was scared of it. That has nothing to do with being scared.
No.
What the fuck is wrong with them? Well, everything's wrong
It's not.
with them.
It's not connected, but it can be an indicator that something's going on upstairs. That you're wanting to radically change your appearance.
Mm.
So it's a possible red flag. Okay, is something going on here? You're just being weird for the sake of being weird, which is fine. I'm all for that.
We had when I was
Mhm.
in school, our Spirit Week was not like a Pride Week because
Mhm.
I'm.
Oh yeah.
That's probably what it is now. But we like had days
What it's
where
turned
we could spray paint or like put hair dye on our hair
Oh,
and
yeah.
like wear it for days, and people would do that. Not everybody, but that's totally unrelated. And that's the type of like you can do that, but that's also totally unrelated.
Yeah.
But
That wasn't trying to rewrite your entire identity, though.
yeah. But there's a difference in hair dye and what it's used for, and in most cases, like those people, it's used for, I believe, to showcase mental illness.
It's becoming a uniform, But no, Indy's, she's gone through various hairstyles. You just go through her videos on her YouTube channel, going back, 7-8 years. It's like you can almost plot, very blonde early on, like still just coming out of high school. Blonde hair, and then it went dark and black, and it's like it's kind of gone back and forth. Some of it was short and just occasionally her natural color was really kind of a light blonde, dirty, light brown, dirty. But then it's for a while it was like long, half blonde on one side and half it was a sort of an anime thing. And then about a year ago, when she came to the realization on her own that she's trans, chopped it all off and was black for a while. And then went in brown one. Now it's like it was green for a little bit, I think. It's currently blue, and then it went lighter, and then it's like a little blonde and blue type thing. It's like, And again, she was diagnosed with borderline personality back when, again, like she was a teenager. And again, when I've thrown some, it's like, this is not a solution to your problem. It's another symptom of your problems. Okay. Trying to be the voice of reality saying, this is not working. And trying to say, look, when you finally wake up, we'll talk. Okay. And I think, at some point, because, but I've also been told that, people have dealt with her for a long time. Through, your like big tippers type thing. It's like, I mean, she's chasing the money. That's what that's what their opinion is. Like this, it's a money thing because the tips are dropping off. Yeah, it was like, well, again, one thing about the Cindy Watson video is this thing kind of kicked off around 2014 when it went to high gear. 2014 was also Indy's senior year in high school. And again, she'd already gone through rather bad traumas in middle school. But there's already got all that crap, dealing with. So senior year and these seeds start getting planted. And she goes, suddenly, trans is no longer, want to like. I mean, it's like the concept has been around at least since the 50s. Like look up names Renee Richards or Christine Jorgensen. It goes back, but it's always been like one or two people, and these were we killed legitimately trans people because you had to jump through a bunch of hoops. You didn't just say I'm trans. No, you had to go through a whole lot of diagnoses, and you had to be so dysphoric at the point that you cannot live. You're scrambling to get into the operating table as they chop these things off, whatever those things are. You didn't just declare one day, oh, and then in this affirmation bullshit. Oh yeah, you say you're trans, you're trans. It's let the patient diagnose themselves. Like I said, if I'd done that in '94 with my abdominal thing, I'd be dead right now because I didn't think it was an appendicitis. I thought it was some kind of blockage. And actually, as it is, I didn't wait until after it blew up on me at work, and finally went as I was so damn sick that one also my dad went, no, you are eligible for VA benefits. Like, I didn't think I was eligible for anything. I was leaving for 4 years. And I finally went over to the VA clinic. Oh no, we think it's a ruptured appendix. We're not sure because it blew up and deflated back to normal. But medical side wants to do some. That's a whole other story. But if they listen to me, so I'm going to block it. All right, it's a blockage. Let's go in there and find that blockage. Again, I'd be dead right now. Other bank issues. But
So let me read you a comment that I replied to in my reply.
All right.
And tell me what you think I meant by this.
All right.
Someone said, okay, it's a thing about, this one person commented on something that Kyle Rittenhouse said. He said, wait, didn't you kill people or am I tripping? And someone was like, which that's a whole other thing, but someone posted under that and said the comment section's got a picture of guys in white hoods. I don't know if you want me to say the name or anything. I don't know how you are about your YouTube channel. Okay, is a person assuming that all the commenters are KKK members. And someone said, wait, is the KKK particularly active against people that are not very good to children? And they said, that's news to me. And I said, if that were the case, that would be one thing I'd agree with them on, which meant if they were against those type of people, that would be the only thing that I could find that I would agree with them on, because I don't agree with the KKK.
No.
And someone's like, the KKK protect the people that are not very good. Of course you'd side with them. What? The fuck? Learn to read, dumbass. That's not what I said.
Not so fucking ever. Okay. It's like, yeah, and Hitler liked dogs. Okay, he was very big on animal rights. Apparently, a bit of a vegetarian. I think.
And someone's like, just said you agreed with him. No, I didn't. I said if they were.
Muammar Gaddafi wrote poetry. I think. I'm sure Vlad the Impaler had excellent taste in Italian food. Like,
oh boy.
But acknowledging someone as a horrible human being doesn't mean they don't have a couple of points here and there. Well, okay, I like that. But other than that, they can burn in hell for all I can care.
Yeah, people are so stupid.
Yeah, we got
I did find somebody, by the way, that quote retweeted me saying the thing, and they're like, I'm picking the bear, not the man that loves the idea of women getting violently murdered by a bear.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, where's the man?
Yeah.
Because they were quote retweeting me. Yeah. And they think for some reason that I'm like, oh my God, all these type of women should just die. No, that's not the case. I mean, it would be a possibility. A wild animal could kill anybody.
Yeah.
I
like the one cartoon with a gal being chased by a bear, and she's a big burly guy. And, oh, a man! And the zoom in is like your death to Thursday. It's ma'am. It's like, oh Christ. Like the other thing is doing boosting support for reopening the asylums. Okay, we've gone too far. Okay, Used to be the people locked up. Now we're electing them to office. Yeah.
Someone's like, you shouldn't agree with an entire racist organization just because you share one opinion with them. That's idiotic. I never said I agreed with everything they said. I said one thing. There are plenty of people that I like. You don't have to agree with every single thing.
One point,
That
yeah.
somebody,
They like their kids. Okay, it's okay. You know, so we like our kids.
you don't have to agree with every single thing that somebody says or does to be able to find one thing or a couple things that are in common with them.
It's like, you know, just because we both agree we shouldn't be screwing around with our kids doesn't mean I'm showing up for the next cross burning. Okay, come on. Or they'll expect you to show up at the next Star Trek convention. Okay. Oh, that does remind me of what, again, this was back in the late 70s, early 80s, back before humor was declared heresy. Back when they're doing, you know, the Rocky Horror Picture Show down at the Ogden Theater, and before it was organized. No, this is strictly fan stuff, you know, completely fan stuff. People just do it and they would do it. And people showing them various weird costumes. The one guy was down there, had a Klan hood on. And some preacher reading all a bunch of sinful people. Oh, you're going, and you, and ripped off the Klan hood. He had a gorilla mask underneath. And that just you just had to get out of there. I think they probably knew he was going to be. Let's freak him out a little bit. He said, you know, hood, you know. Yeah, it kind of goes how Blazing Saddles, you know, getting that movie made would be next to impossible now, but it's good. You can't show that. It's part of the joke. Okay. Yeah. You know, just showing the two Klansmen in the thing. As a matter of fact, you make and get smiley face, have a nice day on the back of the hood, you know, the back of their robes. But just showing them, like, oh, you catch it. We're making fun of them. What the hell is your problem? And I was told Hogan's Heroes in Germany, because the swastika is a banned symbol in Germany. Even model kits on the art it was an old World War II fighter plane, no swastika on the tail of the plane. I don't know about the decals inside because I didn't even buy one, but you cannot show the swastika anyway. The one exception I was told was they ran Hogan's Heroes is a very popular show in Germany because they make fun of the Nazis. That's allowed. You can do that when you're doing that. But yeah, as far as Indy goes, I've been told by a couple of that she hasn't done anything medical to this point. She's been at it for over a year. She hasn't done it by now. She's not going to, likely. And that, you know, especially when you figure on top of the laundry list of social anxiety she's got and the fact that her chosen career field kind of demands she keep everything intact. You know? Because she starts chopping things off, that's it. You know, there is no coming back from that. Her business is dead from that point. All she has is old material. And again, she got into a panic just trying to do the first hormone shot at a kind of a skeezy clinic that whatever therapist gave her the address for. So I think, listen, her therapist have completely failed. She needs to find a new therapist pronto. But she can't even, you know, she has a intense phobia of needles and doctor and don't want to do surgery because the idea of just getting herself that vulnerable in front of her in a room of strangers, like that just forget it. So that I think again, her anxieties are saving her ass at this point, keeping her from doing something supremely stupid and irreversible. And again, and I've been told, like, you know, she hadn't done anything by this point. She's probably not going to. And eventually, she will come out of it. And there's people who had their own diagnoses along the same lines of borderline personality and all that. So that just give it time. She will come out of it eventually. Whether or not I'll ever get an apology is another question entirely. You know. And maybe reconnect on that level. But let's see what eBay is showing here. I mean, I'd like to think that if it, finally dawns on her that, okay, maybe I'm not a boy, that somebody's going to pipe in. Does this mean you're going to apologize to Bob for all the crap you've thrown his way?
Not bloody likely.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to hold my breath on it because I admit I did cross a few lines there, but it was also out of concern for her. It's like, and again, there's a big portion of there. I was given very bad intel. Okay, I was being told that her life's in danger. They're going to rape her and gun her. I was like,
that's it. There was a lot of rumors going around and people saying things, and without being talk directly to her. How are you supposed to know?
But I also hear things that, yeah, you broke it up. They were going to do it, but because you raised the fuss, they couldn't do it, and they broke it up. Again, who the hell knows?
Yeah, exactly.
Certainly the people involved are not going to admit to it if they were.
Yeah.
I would rather look like a total idiot in front of us stuff and be totally wrong than it be true and mean to sit back and then find out later she's in the ER.
Exactly.
She, because she got brutalized by something and I didn't say anything. Like, that's not a situation where I would say, I told you so, So in that case, yeah, I'll be the idiot all day long on that front, okay? I have no problem with that. But no, I think this Fansly thing, though, it's like, yeah, I think he's getting issues. And it's because with Pornhub, it's like she did this thing, and you kept going for quite a while under this thing, and they approved a gender change and everything. But again, you're going on Pornhub, and you're looking for femboys, and as high as the rank as she was, her name's going to come up very quickly. I mean, you got all kinds of genuine femboys on there, and actual boys with the live schlong and everything, and they're doing it. But she was ranked like still in like above number 50, and there's thousands. But it's going to come, and then I got quote thrown back at me. Yeah, we did it. We mask reporter and got her booted. Because again, you're going on there, you're looking for a live dick, you're not getting it. You're seeing her pretend, even when she's pretending to jack it off, it's clearly pretend. That's not a real dick. You're
false advertising.
You're imitating what you've seen other guys do when they come. But didn't even pony up for the squirting deal. No, it's like and then grab the Kleenex and hold it over it like And it's like, I mean, I'll admit I threw in one complaint just as a matter of principle. Like, what is this going on? But I didn't think, there's going to be one voice in a hurricane. No, it turns out plenty of people did complain big time. And again, to say, they changed their terms of service. They change, frequently. But the argument they had was that there were videos of her with her and her boyfriend, fiance at the time, that she'd done early on. There were strictly paywall type thing. She didn't want them up in the first place. They got, in fact, the way she got in front of her is her material was being leaked to them, and she was complaining to them. And they said, "Why don't you just start an account and get a part of the action?" So that's how that whole started. She got them in the first place because they were leaking her material to them. But these videos, she did not want them up. I'm guessing it was a bad breakup.
Oh.
She viewed them being up there as kind of revenge porn, and they would not pull them down. I mean, it seemed like they were gone for a while, but then it's like the last day, like all 8 of them are up. And they demanded they have a release from him. And she said, "No, I'm not. She's not in contact. It's not good." And she doesn't want them up in the first place. But rather than pull the videos down, they nuked her entire channel. And you go back on the Wayback Machine and find, their last day. It's like she was still like, in the 40s to 50s rank wise. She was up as high as 25 at one point. She won 2 awards from these guys, from these idiots. But that thing is like they were getting so much blowback over this idiot Indigo White doing, making trans people. She's making fun of us. She's making a big joke of it, and they really, and they pulled a thing and got her nuked. And that was done at an insubstantial amount of money she was getting from them. So. So she is, she is suffering financially because of this decision. Okay. And she racked up quite a bit of money in the previous 10 years. There's also things like, why haven't you bought a house already? Okay. Why are you still renting an apartment? Yes, it's a very nice apartment, but you're still renting. They can throw you out if things go weird. You get a fucking house.
Just, I think a lot of people are getting sick of her throwing the transphobic word around.
Yeah, I know it's now a badge of honor now. Oh, transphobic! Wow, it means I'm doing something right.
It is. I've got a list, and I call them medals of honor. I've got racist. I've got internal misogynist. I've got transphobic. I've got murderer. I've got abuser of children. I've got all false, by the way. What's another one? Zionist. I've got well, I'm gonna say I'm an atheist. I'm not religious. I've got Christian. I've got there was another one related to that. I forget what it was though. I got a whole list of things, and they keep coming up with it
right now. Okay, well.
I mean, I got called a Zionist because I saw a thing that Squishmallows, the little plushie company, was like releasing a Dragonite plushie, and I'm like, hell yeah, I'll get that. That's cute as fuck.
Yeah.
And then they're like, but Squishmallows is, they made up some bullshit about how it's like the government or the like CEO guy or something is, I don't even remember. It's like a Zionist or something. And they're like, but you're supporting them by buying the thing. You shouldn't buy them. And I'm like, I just spent $115 on them. So I guess I'm just fuck you.
They made up, trying to do a boycott of Krispy Kreme because the owners are Jewish and they're big contributors. I thought, Robert, that's why they taste so good. Okay. And I made a point because they were doing one of his members only chats coming up. I made a point of having a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts. Here we go.
Yeah.
Taste the yummy Zionism. Okay. Yeah.
But like the thing was, they were also like, by supporting that company and buying their products, you're also a murderer because you're supporting the bombing of innocent people and the killing of innocent people. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I'd fire back at the okay, and by supporting the boycott, you're supporting the attacking of completely innocent people because this whole thing started when they attacked a music festival.
And I was like, first of all, I'm not. I don't even care about that shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, but you realize that both sides are having innocent people killed, right? But you're only worried about one side with the terrorists, the terrorist organization. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
This whole purpose of them, their mission statement, Constitution, to wipe out, the Jewish state from the river to the sea. That is like they're driving them into the sea. Right.
I could care less about either one of them.
I've had various Zionist leanings ever since the teenagers. So, you know, kind of last holdover from my religious upbringing. But, you know.
Well, I mean, I've had no. Anti-Semitist is also another thing that I've been called, and it's mostly because, like, I don't even care, but like they're just like, oh, you like Harry Potter, and J.K. Rowling's they falsely tried to say that her like goblins are like Jewish people, and she's like racially stereotyping them or something.
Oh,
and
they're goblins.
Like,
okay.
Yeah, I was like, look, I play World of Warcraft. Yeah, Blizzard's a shitty company, but if you stop playing, I've been playing that game since 2004. Day one. I don't give up. Like, that's a lot of time to just like stop playing. But they have goblins in the game too. Like most of the goblins are in any like fantasy world are depicted as lacking money. Like the goblins there, they literally have a line that says "Time is money, friend," or tinkering, loitering, or what was it? Tinkering, laundering, and something else. And like they're neutral, but they go to the highest bidder. Like whoever will pay them can like have their services. They'll side with them.
The mercenary type.
Yeah.
Like not everything has to be a direct analogy to something
exactly.
Else. They have no you know, like no, orcs are not represented, but orcs are orcs. Okay.
Exactly.
But you know, in D&D, it's that orcs are basically, you know, humanoid pigs. And one party I heard, you know, the friendly.
Well, Tolkien's ones are.
They used to have orc fries. Okay.
Tolkien's ones were like elves or humans that were like cursed or like forced to live underground or something. I don't know.
That was the thing that kill an orc and they'd have a luau. Okay. Yeah. The thing is BYOO, bring your own orc. Yeah. So like that one's like, okay, that's a big meme. Okay, whatever. I'm not sure if I could bring one of my critters to actually eat an orc, but all right. Because they're not human. They're certainly have no problem eating you if the roles are reversed. So I think that's part of the thing why in the Star Trek Discovery started calling them Klingorks. But no, those aren't Klingons. Those are orcs in vaguely Klingon armor. Okay. Yeah, we could diverge off of a Star Trek rant if the Tran thing gets old. Like, there's a little divergence. I just saw the remastered version of Let It Be. And then also a review from a guy who was familiar with the original version. I got the original version. I haven't watched it, but after having seen Get Back, watching Let It Be now is like a Cliff Notes version, because you really see a lot of all the same events. I think some original footage, but it's all where. Yeah, this was that. There's no context anywhere. Get Back though, it's a bit of an ordeal to sit through because it's like 3 things there, whereas Let It Be is all crammed into 2 hours, and it's like they don't mention George quitting the band. Really, they don't even go into what the original plans were, what they were doing. They were like they're going to set up some kind of concert somewhere. But they hadn't played since '66. At that point, it was '69 by now. But they hadn't played publicly in 3 years. And originally they were thinking about some kind of old amphitheater, like in Greece or whatever, but they were trying to fit in. And it kept falling through, and it really got thrown for a loop when George got sick and tired of being talked down to as a kid. Like, okay, I'm out, and just walked off. And it's like a week there. We were literally George Harrison had quit the Beatles, and they're all saying, "Well, now what the hell do we do?" And eventually they talked him back in. I think there was some talk. Well, do we, Eric Clapton free? Maybe. But the rooftop concert was kind of like, the fallback. Like, okay, that's it. We'll just play on the roof of the building. But a few things out of order, I think could some of the complete like Two of Us and Let It Be, that was recorded afterwards. And they put it right before, they do the rooftop thing as some kind of big triumph. But yeah, just like watching, I was like, okay, well, there's no context of what's going on here. It's just a lot of them goofing off. But also, it's like people, it's a documenting the breakup of the band. There's very little breaking up there. They're very, they're still very much enjoying each other's company. They're playing along. Even George looks happy. And they totally skipped the part where he quit. And a couple of wipe dissolves they changed, and also the original they ended on a freeze frame on the thing, but the original, the new one's like no, they ended and they roll credits. But that was interesting. We're just like, we cut them together. It's like, well, there's really not much to cut together. Because Get Back, we went see all this. The only thing we don't have there is in there. So, yeah, okay, somebody's tuning back in. I'm kind of lost in there for a bit with the Beatles. That's got to be a first. So, yeah.
I might have to take a AFK. My dog's getting up, and I gotta walk him outside. He's still not able to walk straight, and he falls over sometimes, especially on the hardwood. His head tilts to the left from after his thing last Friday, so I don't. Yep, I'll be back.
Okay, no problem. All right. So one thing completely missing from Let It Be is when Peter Sellers stopped by. They were Twickenham. I think he just stopped by because, trying to check on Ringo because they're supposed to be shooting the Magic Christian pretty soon. I wonder what's going on. They're just sitting there kind of laughing while John's doing some old Goon Show routine. Remember, a friend when the guy, when I was in England, the guy in the squad, said, I think it's his favorite Goon Show joke. It's just a quick little one letter. What's brown and sounds like a bell? Dong! There was one Babylon Bee thing where it's like 7 demands that Trump has for the debate with Biden coming up. One of them is, whenever, Biden comes out, he wanted the Benny Hill music playing. So nothing better than the yakety sax. He's going,
I must admit, over here, Biden's just a laughing joke.
Oh, God.
Everyone just laughs at him.
Yeah, no, well, he's got totally. He's at the lunch completely. He thinks everything's going great. Come on, man. He's like, no, everything's not going. No, you did not inherit 9% in inflation. It was 1.5% when you came in. It hit 9% in your first year, asshole, because of shit you were doing. Okay, That's one thing. All right, the kid sister. We had inflation before. Not really, no. We did not have the. Look at that. What inflation there was. It was like 1.5%. So both sides do it. No, both sides don't do it. Not to the same degree, at least. There's a reason why there's a good chance Michigan's going to turn red again. Okay.
Just crazy when you think of the size of America.
Yeah.
And the best two people for it is Trump and Biden.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Well, Trump has the advantage of, because he's going to do this. Well, he didn't do it the first time he was in, so why would he do it now? That's the whole thing. That intern just falls flat on its face. Right there. No, we already have his track record. We know what he'll do because we know what he did before. And we're kind of realizing why, the previous 4 or 5 times Biden ran for president, he didn't even get the nomination. Mm-hmm. And now it's like, okay, yeah, we should have not done this. Okay, now we see just how bad can get.
He just looks like an extra from The Walking Dead.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. He does not have lead character energy. It's one of the, he's a guest star in his own life. And the thing about, and still not thinking about, the classified document thing. That one's blowing apart because they admitted they mishandled and altered, evidence. Like I think that's a felony just by itself, if I'm the part of the prosecution.
Well, that's the thing. It's like the way they're going after Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Totally abuse of power.
Yeah.
Completely.
And the time, yep. Well, yeah, presidents are allowed to take home classified stuff. It's in the law. They're allowed to do that. Even have to leave out. They're allowed to take stuff with them. Meanwhile, Biden has stuff that goes back to when he was a senator. Stuff that's not supposed to leave the archives. He's supposed to take notes. And he had it in his garage next to his car. And in an office at a university that was funded by the Chinese. Oh, I bet they haven't gone in there and perused. And he admitted he had stuff to a ghostwriter with a book he was working on. Oh yeah, I got stuff. You're not supposed to have this stuff. So you weren't, he wasn't president, and you're not authorized. The vice president's not authorized to have the stuff. Only the president is allowed to have this stuff. Clinton and Biden, and when Clinton and Obama have plenty of classified stuff locked up in the the presidential libraries, and they're allowed to do that because they were president. And all the stuff, but what's he got? What is he? One, the president also has the ability to declassify stuff just on his say so. There's no procedure. It's just like, no, it's declassified because that's it. Here, look at it. But a lot of the stuff was stuff that had to do with the crap they were doing. The Operation Crossfire Hurricane, where they're trying to get him or whatever. And a lot of it's newspaper clippings and memos and stuff that really isn't classified. Like People magazine clippings. Like, really, this is what you're upset about? He's got nuclear launch codes. No, that's not how that works. Okay. So, yeah.
And the way they're trying to make it so you can't even get on the ballot paper or something, whatever it is.
Well, that went nowhere. Okay. That got no.
To even try to do it. Yeah. How can they say that's constitutional?
It's not. That's why every attempt's been tried. No, you can't do that. Okay. That's not how the system works. Read up. Okay.
It seems to be one law for them or another law for everybody else.
Mm-hmm. No, the Supreme Court told Maine and no, go screw yourselves. He's on the ballot. The thing is, while it was still a thing, the early ballot showed up. Yeah, he's there. He had moved to the bottom of the list. There we go. But like, no, it's like jurisdictional thing. It's like, no, the Supreme Court, or in Maine's case, the Attorney General cannot just unilaterally say, no, you're off the ballot. That is for the state legislature to decide. All the electoral power in the states goes to the state legislature. That's why a lot of the things with the 2020 election was screwed, because it wasn't the legislature passing laws. It was courts doing end rounds and changing terms. And the challenge has been, they're not allowed to do this. Whether they're right or not, they're not allowed to do that. It has to go through the legislature. They have to pass a law. It has to be something, And it's just like, we're going to ignore it. No, you're not going to ignore it. You've been ignoring it too long. No. And since then, a lot of the states that did this kind of crap have changed their laws so no, it doesn't happen again. So there'll be no fortifying the vote. And also they, pissed off so many people that you're going to have a voter turnout that, the likes of which God's never even seen. Okay, they're going to come out of the woodwork because a lot of people just very pissed off. Now, what I'm worried about is what's going to happen to Britain. That's what the hell. Because London is now completely unrecognizable now as a British city.
Oh.
We got Lawrence Fox talking about people are leaving Britain and relocating to England. If we were to relocate back, the closest I would get it'd be like the old ancestral, home part, homeland, Henley area, like southeastern Oxfordshire. That's as close as we're getting. We'll go into London once in a while to go shopping, but we ain't going there. We'll hit Forbidden Planet and see the Tower and the British Museum, but it's like see if the Virgin Megastore is still there. And I spent a couple $100 there just in the last days, just on cassette tapes. It was like I was about ready to rotate back to the States. Okay, the last big thing, paycheck. I got nothing to buy. We're going nuts. We're going to London, going crazy.
We're going to Harrods.
Didn't go into Harrods. I don't know.
But we're going there.
Yeah, I know, but that just seems a little high end for what I need. No, nothing Harrods I need. But no, it did all the touristy stuff because it finally came. Again, saw the British Museum. The Rosetta Stone is about the size of a Volkswagen. Okay, so it is big. And again, some of these, how do they get so detailed? These paint, Grandmaster paint. They're not the little wall. These things are, the size of the entire wall. Okay. What you think is a detailed little thing? No, it's a big brush stroke. And like very detailed when you zoom it down to about that big. Okay, their Egyptology section. There's rows upon rows of mummies and stuff. So yeah, we're talking to no audience. So for the rerun crowd, it's like go to the British Museum website. They got it, self-guided. You can go online. They also changed it, but it's the mid '80s when I was there. But you can click on thing and go through and see all the crap, and you probably see better do it in person. I don't remember having to pay admission to the Tower of London, but I guess you did. Of course, back then maybe it was £5, but
I'm back.
All right. The one thing about when we went to the tower, though, it's like the crown jewels were being cleaned that day. So they weren't open. So you couldn't see the crown jewels. So. Oh, somebody's trying to call. They can talk to the machine. Okay. But saw a bunch, went through the whole thing, did the tour, saw, Henry VIII's armor. The man was immense. Okay. The whole thing, going through the rows upon rows, the halberds and armor and stuff, and the various torture devices, and see a few cells people were in. Remember, I had a nice little chat with one of the beef eaters. Forget what we talked about, but it was fun talking to the guy. Might have been about the crows. I don't know. Well, let's see. Yeah, the British Museum, saw probably another gallery or two. Now we used Trafalgar Square as kind of a central meeting point when we split up, and we had to meet back up to get back on the train back to Ipswich, where my car was, so we could get back to base. And the 2 or 3 guys I was with, we ended up going straight through Soho at like 2 in the morning. And of course, didn't find out we just walked through Soho until we got back to it. Where'd we come from that one? You just walked through Soho. I was like, okay. And we lived. I remember my buddy Larry. We never did, but we wanted to find Lee Hall Fox and get a big dish of beef chow mein. Never did happen though, and unfortunately, they were closed. So. Yeah, Warren Zevon was still kind of big at the time. Yeah, it was kind of an intriguing idea because, like, you found out, oh, it's a real place. It's in London. We should do that. We like Chinese. But, okay. Shall we come up with some cards for Rosetta? Since,
We could.
All right.
Well.
There's a black card, just pick it in to throw a blank in there. But white card.
I'm just going to go and cook some food. So I'll be back in about 30 minutes.
Okay. Well, let me go and
catch you later then, guys.
All righty. Let me go and pull up the game here. And let's see. Oh, well, Anime is heading to work, so he can't come in, but yeah. Okay. Priscia's about to have her baby. Well, not about to, she's getting sick. Nothing, and then but she's getting close to her. Not to go into that C-section. But let me pull up. Here we are. Pull up the deck we've got so far. I can see what we're doing. Actually, let's go to. There we go. Oh, that's
what?
All right. What the hell? Oh dear God, it's gonna be one of those days. All right.
What problem?
I'm trying to find the deck on many decks. Pull that by the name. There's one deck here listed. I'm going to check out. Roll Britannia, a very British D&D.
Oh boy.
All right, let's try it with just that. Come on. CH without slurs. Where's the fun in that? Yeah.
So it's not showing up at all?
I can't find. Hold on. This thing's a pain in the butt to deal with anyway. Because I want to be able to pull and look at the cards on the decks and get an example of what we're looking for. Can't pull it up by the code, which is weird.
Yeah.
I put in the name Savage Scalpings. That didn't work either. I'm not entirely sure what name she used to start the card. Huh. Well, let me try something here. But generally, you know, well, let me read you some of the stuff that mainly come because lately, in doing a game, the write-ins have been used to provide more decks, you know, more cards to the decks. You know, copy them, put them down. So some of the stuff that's going in there, which you get, you know, a violent, raging brain damage with a propensity to scalping those who annoy me. You know, a furry, you random now. You know. CNC abortion fetish play. Abortion jokes are very big in this one. You know, gender reassignment surgery on minors. That's, you know, card there. Scalping tourists. One I put in, blowing Piers Morgan on ITV Live.
Oh.
Forcing him to listen to Cher's Believe till he killed himself.
And I thought we liked Piers Morgan.
I like Piers Morgan, but, you know, we also take shots at ourselves too. Scalping.
I like Piers Morgan.
Yeah. Scalping Kevin Costner's a card now. Intense sexual favors from the waitstaff in lieu of a tip.
I think that's the one I came up with about Kevin Costner.
Yeah. Overly perky Mormon missionaries. I forgot that'd be an interesting one. Running over Amy Schumer. I think we're going to modify that to running over Amy Schumer in an 18-wheeler. And then just Amy Schumer in general. There's a lot of Amy Schumer cards in there. Twat Waffle SJW Feminazis. That was one of hers. One of Rosetta's. Migrants. You know, we're going to work with that. The penis of a neo-Nazi butt pirate.
Oh.
Blankets and cheese. I think we can work with that. Pacing off the feminists by telling them to lose weight. Yeah. The most fucked up way to get AIDS. That was one of Rosetta's. You know. Yeah. Someone suggested running over Razor Fist. You know, that needs work. And kind of following the Amy Schumer thing, the indescribable horror of a sexual encounter with Amy Schumer.
Oh boy.
Leading Kevin Costner's flabby ass. A muzzle perfectly fit to go on Monica Rial. So, yeah, Monica Rial is also a big target.
You mean Germanica?
Yeah. Well, anybody with on the Kick Vic side that nail them. Ranfamous has gotten nailed a few times. A complete collection of Fritz the Cat comics bags.
I doubt that, but I know you mean it in a different way.
Yeah. Let's see. Beat a tranny with a dildo. Let's see. Fresno, raising capital of the world. Let's see. This one. Be playing my ass like a fiddle in Georgia. That one needs work grammatically. Survivor, Epstein Island. Movie quotes are also good. I got bad things, man. Bad things. I also, you know, thrown in some black cards for, you know, referring to Patton and stuff. A night in Amy Schumer's snatch. That's, you know.
Ew. Yeah.
The toxic air of liberal colleges and universities. Dried semen and Cheetos. That was, you know, one of Rosetta's. A name tag with 15 neo pronouns and a can of bear repellent. Let's see. Beating Razor Fist to a pulp. And a black card I came up with here. Conjunction junction. What's your function? Blank. You know. Let me see if I can get a look at what we've got so far, though. There we go. All right. So far, we've got 418 white cards and 102 black ones. So this is stuff that's in the deck right now. I'll let you guess which ones are hers, which ones are mine, which ones are Let's see. Give yourself love finger style.
Ew.
The difficulty in seeing reality, especially when your head is crammed up Disney's ass.
Oh.
A smallpox blanket made of the scalps of your slain enemies. A person playing finger banger on their own rectum.
Ew.
And let me just go ahead and share the page here.
Oh.
There we go. So that's what we got so far deck wise. Let's see. Sterilizing all furries for the good of mankind. Airdropping nukes from Iowa for fucking grins. Playing hide and seek with Anne Frank. I think I might have done that. Trolling the neighborhood with a white van while watching other perverts have heart attacks. Yeah, this is definitely one of her selling used bathwater degenerate ass fucking cum sockets. And again, taking shots at there's one's a shot at me, shot at Lydia. Here's one a shot at Lydia. And I know no one asked for, but everyone loves with brain damage. Powers of deep throating like a Hoover on high power. That's really more of a slam with shot at fatal. Let's see.
How about hold my husband's schlong?
Yeah, that was yours. Yeah.
I don't know what I was thinking of when I came up with that, but
there's a couple of mine. The Ron Popeil home circumcision kit. Bottle of RC Cola from the Nixon administration.
Oy.
Can of Spam so expired it has now become self-aware.
Oy.
Hooker so bad at giving head she has to pay to do it. Come guzzling skank. That's like we get vicious here. Our Lord and Savior Kevin Sorbo. That was one of mine. It's a Pokemon deck inspired by H.P. Lovecraft. Getting gang raped by a horde of Viagra crazed chinchillas. Part of a good joke is, getting something totally, twisted. It's a chinchilla. You think that's a little fuckball. Considered a possible inspiration for Tribbles. Yeah, there's one I think. And throw a little twist at the end of it. Long night of freebasing, fruit flavored Mentos, and binge watching Sex in the City, dubbed in Croatian. The kind of thing makes you go, what the hell? The naked nuns blowing up an orphanage thing. Fred Circus as sadist rapist clowns. Using tourists as your favorite animal to hunt. That must have been one of hers.
Circumcision sale, half off.
Yeah. When life gives you lemonade, you burn your enemies in citric acid.
Stabbing men to death for saying the tip counts.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Some of these are, Rosetta's exercising. He was using IHS to experiment on native children. So that's what's actually happening. And this one's one through just to occasionally need a benign one. Porta potty with really good Wi-Fi. Let's see.
The Adventures of Captain Sabo.
Yeah, I got shots in here. Getting anally violated by an original member of the Mickey Mouse Club. I've heard that one. Giving a trans activist a colon with an M80.
Feeding feeding Anita Sarkeesian into a wood chipper feet first?
Yeah, that's one of mine. Okay. Also turning Auschwitz into a giant escape room attraction. Discovering your husband's stash of internment cam porn. Nuclear-powered Ford Pinto. Accompanied by Angus Young on a poorly tuned ukulele. This one caused Sci-Fi, I think it was Sci-Fi Nation's brain to melt down by getting thrown out of the Renaissance Fair after getting caught using a turkey leg as a marital, turkey leg as a marital aid. He just couldn't get what's the thing? One, he wasn't quite sure what a Renaissance Fair was, which shocked me.
Finding out the hard way that medieval times doesn't allow you to grope the serving winches.
Yeah, that's one of mine. And again, she's wanted a lot of abortion jokes. Aborted fetuses sauteed in A1 steak sauce.
Ew.
When you abort enough babies to field the football team.
The Craftsman told this section of the Sears catalog, a.k.a. droid porn.
Yeah. Performing gender reassignment surgery with a weed whacker. Choosing your preferred pronouns from randomly selected Scrabble tiles. Getting 4 abortions, get the fifth with just 1 penny. But yeah, this is the kind of thing we're going for. Sick and twisted and depraved, and It's also going through, Gail Simone a lot.
Okay, looks like they spelled Ethan Van Sciver wrong.
I'm not sure how to spell it.
I've seen it on stream.
I think it's S-H-I-B-E-R?
No, S-C-I-V-E-R.
Okay, well, either way. As far as typos,
he finally learns to shut his cockhole.
We've actually, as far as typos go, we're actually pretty light on that. Okay, we're really pretty good at that.
Ego isn't, but that's a different story.
Yeah.
Stick your tongue up my ass, bitch.
Let's see. Tuna smelling twat. Let's see.
Ooh, a couple more Amy Schumer ones.
Yeah, let's see. Oi!
Epstein Island promotional advertising. Oh my god!
Yeah, I think. Did I write that or? No. All right, this one here. Video shot by Epstein Island. Great fun for the whole family. That might have been Lydia's.
Epstein for drug money.
The bondage case is officially too small for grown people.
Committing a mass shooting in a daycare.
Yeah. Realizing Amy Schumer is both a massive burger and a huge dried up potato that smells like Andy's at the same time.
The Monopoly man raping you after he drank your fish
Yeah. Let's see. The game dev was that was why the game dev was drunk that day. That was a response to a game thing.
Napalming referred to measure for kids again.
Yeah. Originally that was nuking, but no, napalming. No, that.
SJWs who call everyone Nazis while
actually promoting Nazi by Jewish people. There's one of hers. Turn the Scots might need a warm blanket to warm my frozen heart.
Yeah, a gay furry bastard who is beloved even though he rants like a bitch. Oh god, this Peter Dinklage one you just.
Yes, we got this. Willing to change that. That's one of hers, I think. Peter Dinklage selling out his fellow doors because he's a cum-soaked douche guzzling bitch. Strip Monopoly with the grandparents. Okay, that was that's one of mine. Slicing the proper way on your wrist by onion it all. That could get us in trouble. Let's see. Prostate exam from hell. That was one of mine. This was, I think this is a gesture. I think I had the, the realization that Taste the Rainbow has multiple definitions. Fetus frappe. That's she wanted abortion jokes. Okay. Let's see. The carnival rides in the children's section of Auschwitz.
Bobby ordered my course to wear pants after being caught on stream with a stick.
Some of us a little too on the nose, but okay. This was one, just realizing your odds are getting late are worse than winning the lottery after discovering plutonium by accident.
Oh, here's the one I came up with. Using a toilet designed for Peter Dinklage.
Yes, based on real life, because that was what we, in our last hotel we had staying long term. They had a children's-sized toilet. I had trouble getting up from.
I had to get one of those old lady toilet seats.
Yeah, I had to use it because that was doing squats, just getting down to the thing. Okay, this one, Patton, because they also got a black card again, and he wraps up his big speech at the beginning. No, you talking to when your grandson looks up, he says, "What did you do in the big WW2?" You won't have to say, "Well, I shoveled shit in Louisiana." And the cards in there, so you'll say blank, And I forgot to throw a few benign ones here. This is for the production of the Children's Television Workshop. An Irwin Allen production. And then we start getting back into, it's like...
Asking myself, WWPDD. What would Peter Dinklage do? Peter Dinklage getting lost inside a Muppet.
Peter Dinklage, International Man of Mystery. There you go. Having a room of bad dragons jacking each other off with bad dragon dildos.
Crawling up someone's ass in an attempt to stay warm.
Anal seep is the greatest way to lose weight. When your little brother is also your baby's daddy. And of course, for the occasional Brits who would partake in the thing, British bats invade China purely out of rage and run out of tea. Oh my God. Africa, come for the Ebola, stay blind, stay because you went blind, bleeding in the eyes.
A last ditch solution to explosive diarrhea.
Yeah, that was a game response thing. Something. Fortunate for her, get ass fucked with a missile. Yeah.
Naked baby oil twister.
Yeah, someone was like, there's a few. Not everything's got to be sick and twisted. Just an occasional fun one. Brain useless. Insert penis in mouth here. And of course, the shot.
McFadden is the most useless scumbag on earth.
Yeah. Let's see. Latest attraction is the Little Horn. Yeah, there's one I think of recently. Latest attraction of the Little Bighorn Battlefield. Custer's Last Stand Carousel. Six Flags on the side of Wounded Knee.
Oh.
That was a build off of this one here, building amusement parks on massacre sites. Peppa Pig roasting on an open fire.
Marina Sirtis' stanky cottage cheese twat.
That's it. Occasionally just random celebrity names just thrown in. No quality. Native Americans. No red meat. Let's see. Brits, the original white meat. The sweet smell of chloroform.
Ilhan Omar's naked ass.
And let's see.
Dried up, unlovable old Star Trek hose.
Yeah. And this one's called, because in response to the bros before blank. There's one hose, the gardening tool, not the hooker. Get your mind out of the gutter. And then bros sucking each other's dicks and claiming they aren't gay.
Biden and Trump in the ultimate perverted dementia.
Yeah. All right.
Watching cats hump so you can tell your friends you saw some pussy in action.
I got another shot at me here.
Captain Save-A-Ho and the dried out 20 twat of doom.
Seeing a man with moobs so big they throw their earth off its axis. Having tits so big you can be your own three-way. You can be your own three ways with them. That needs editing.
Gates McFadden's dry untouched twat.
Deciding you'd rather kill yourself than see McFadden naked, that also needs you need to throw the first name so you know which McFadden you're talking about.
Gates McFadden softening erection since 1949.
Oh, God.
Amy Schumer turning men gay since 1981.
Yeah, that one came up with a game recently. Monica Rial, possibly the worst monster in all of history. Turning trans because you don't understand that women have vaginas. Another shot at me, stalking femboys to save their souls. Thought-saving stalker. Yeah, I've got a few shots in here. Yeah.
Captain Save-A-Co and the incredible shrinking penis.
I don't think so. All right.
Oh, a gnome that got lost in 6-inch high grasses because he couldn't even see where he was going.
Yeah, Christy Gnome also getting some shots in.
A Chinese dictation gnome calling an albino a bitch.
But to be fair, an albino with boobs so big that he uses a 6-person raft. Gnome dicks are going to use as toothpicks. Chinese dicks so small they fit in finger traps. That's a recent one.
Kicking Jamie March's skanky ass into oblivion.
Okay.
The Steve Irwin special. Shot through the heart with a stingray.
Eating the skins of the unborn. Yeah, we get dank.
Backdoor sex with Monica Rial. The fuggliest thing ever. Amy Schumer and infamous scissoring.
Let's see. Yeah, this was again a game response with aggravated vehicular homicide with a side of hookers and onion rings. It was about GTA. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sex with a hormonal bear.
Let's see.
Hey. A bunch of Kate Mulgrew ones.
Yeah, let's see. A little cluster here. Porking a Muslim to make him squeal like a pig.
Kate Mulgrew, the best form of birth control.
Canada, come for the maple syrup, stay for the doctor-assisted suicide. Already on a clump of Peter Dinklage ones here, wrapped in a chain and use them as shark bait.
Starring Peter Dinklage as Anne Boleyn.
Well, also got her special guest star Peter Dinklage as Mamie Eisenhower.
Oh boy.
Peter Dinklage being sodomized by a chipmunk, with Peter Dinklage as the beaver. Couple shots of Lydia in here. Canada, home of the micro penises of the North. Canada, where even our gnomes are smaller.
Having a good wank, but needing squeezers to do it, aka gnome disease.
And you get, Mackie sucking, snipping in a ghost thing here. Feeling a face fucking a mouthy albino to put her in her place. Let's see.
Your Orgasmerator? Yeah, that actually made it in.
Mm-hmm.
Disney, aka Peter's with Jobs.
Yeah. Let's see. I did leave my Labrador with an old fern. I think.
Oh, bunch of Kevin Costner.
Yeah,
Scroll back up. Yeah, Kevin Costner choking on a Lakota penis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Costner's microscopic aging cheese dick.
Let's see. Jihadi family values. Just Peter Dinklage.
William Shatner's share of horse jizz.
Yeah, it was actually part of the divorce settlement in Alaska. Him and his wife were both, horsemen. That's how they met, because they breed horses. And part of the sentence was who gets, the semen from his breeding stock. It's like, it sounds sick and weird, but it's thousands of dollars at stake here. So it's not, that time with the Vienna's Boar Choir and that goat. That was one of those, I hope they, why do they have to mention blank in Grandpa's obituary?
A sea of tiny Asian dicks.
Yeah. And then we get, Blazing Saddles saying, no, it's coming and going and always too soon.
Oh. Alan's second coming.
Yeah, that was yours, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, because
yeah.
Well, that kind of came about because he had a fragrance line that he promoted.
Yeah, I know. Just said coming.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Blowing up Canada, eh?
There's another one of mine. Losing my mind and giving myself a quarantine mohawk.
Yeah. Let's see. Masturbating images of burning orphanages. Losing your mind and dyeing your hair blue. That's just sort of I think it's sort of a general thing. Now let's get back up here and let's look at the black ones. Okay. Now, what gift did white man give the native women when arriving in USA? Blank. When I discovered blank, my entire world was forever changed. Never passed on my blank. After he pulled my throat with his cock, what did he do? He did what to me? Anyway. Here's one of mine. Just what the fuck am I supposed to do with blank? Curious. Sensor readings indicate blank. Let's see. There's one of the patent. You remember, no bastard won a war by blank for his country. He made it by making the other poor dumb bastard blank for his country. There's one. I identify as blank. Affirm me, or you're a bigot.
After years of peace, the United States finally annexed Canada by blank.
I think that's a steal. Let's see. Or is it? No. Blank. This is how the new generation is empty self-deletion. This was the Lydian one. No, Miss Big. Yeah, maybe blank, but I won't do blank.
Ow. Ugh.
Let's see.
Oh, God. I need a cat.
Mm-hmm. Albinos are best when blank. When I meditate, I like to imagine blank. Blank is why I'm in jail for life. You were blank, but at least you didn't blank.
Stephanie loves to call Bob a blank.
Blank. Rosetta does blank to those who anger her. Rosetta broke her back during blank. Might let you man on mating call. Oh, see, you're in here too. Still there. Kari, the wonder chick who loves to blank.
Wait, what now?
You got a card right there.
Oh.
Kari, the wonder chick.
Oh.
The wonder chick who loves to blank.
No, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steamy has a voice that sounds like blank.
Mm-hmm. Now forget since it's guy's got a match game vibe. So dumb Dora is so dumb. She thought blank was blank. White man gave the Lakota blank. Wasn't he thoughtful? And again, even the black guy, Captain Saberho and the blank. And a shot at Mackie there.
Stephanie broke her last vibrator doing blank. Stephanie is addicted to blank porn. Bob doesn't know how to blank.
In a perfect world, Stephanie would blank. Look, McFadden, being a blank doesn't make you a minority. I blank my enemy. Blank my blank, you blank. Blank yourself, you fat twat bag. My wish for Amy Schumer. Yeah, here's one. Next time, Dr. Phil, my child is blanking. I don't know why. Being friends with a stoner who falls asleep on every blank. So that's what we got so far.
Ew.
I got a lot of them. I just been, I put white card and then put the thing in. There were black card. When you're doing a black card suggestion, just put a single underscore, because then if you got more than one, then when it feeds into the system, it'll read it as multiple blanks. That's why you got something. Why are there two blanks here? But that gave you something to work with there. They'll just like DM them to Rosetta and she'll go through them all. She's still got a lot to go through right now and upload. We're just getting to the point where the deck is, starting to show up in games with the other 9 decks we use. Okay, we've been at it for almost 2 hours. So it's coming up on the 2-hour mark right now.
So?
I think we're going to wrap it up here at this point.
Yeah, good idea.
So let me find a good closing thing here. And I don't do the Star Trek one.
Yeah, pity you don't have some Benny Hill music.
I get copyright claimed every time I do that, Benny Hill's done, Okay, so let's just drag this one out here. So we'll talk at you later.